Hello everyone, my name is Bram Lagrou. I'm the Managing Director of Lagrou Partners. Today I'm talking to you about the strengths and weaknesses of accountants, whether they are juniors or seniors, practitioners, like in the accounting profession. They typically have a lot of strengths and a lot of value adds to the business. And looking at it from a sales and marketing point of view or a business development point of view, we also identified through extensive research that our firm has conducted over the past 2 years in the accounting profession. We've identified certain skill sets that are the reason and the explanation as to why they are as productive, but we also have identified the key skills where sometimes they let themselves down, and the reasons why they sometimes lose business and not somebody else picks it up instead. So what I'd like to show you in this short video is those very areas, the results of our findings, so that you can make an informed decision as to what you do next. First things first, behind me you can see that there is a business development process that includes 7 key skills. Now, out of those 7, our research has suggested that accountants typically are very good at 3 of them. 3 out of 7. Those 3 are qualifying, presenting, and getting repeat and referral business. Those are the 3 skill sets that accountants are pretty much across the board are very good at. It also means that out of those 7, there's 4 key skills that if accountants were to find new ways, better ways, proven ways to add to or to complement their technical skills with more soft skills, very effective skills to drum up business and generate more ideal clients on a regular basis. This is where the biggest opportunities for professional services firms and particularly accounting firms exists. Now, let's have a look at it. Prospecting is the first one. So a lot of the people that we've worked with, that we've assessed thoroughly and that we have assisted over the years in the accounting profession, they sometimes really find it difficult to pick up the phone and book meetings with people that they would like to speak to, or go to networking functions and not just go to networking functions and shake hands with the people they already know, but effectively go through the room, open up new relationships, develop those relationships and develop them further. And that's pretty much one core skill that is a huge opportunity. The second one is the first impressions. Now, most accountants, they would like to believe that they just need to be themselves and they don't want to go too much out of their way to accommodate other people's style, which means that very often, unless they speak to somebody who's very similar to them, they will sometimes not connect enough with people up front and in a way push people away to somebody who's a bit more flexible, somebody who's a bit more switched on and a bit more in tune to read people and to use that information in a way to make people feel more comfortable and adjust their style, which is what I will be talking to you about in a moment. So, huge opportunity. Next one is influencing. Once the presentation is made, which again most accountants do very well because it's thoroughly researched, it's thoroughly prepared and as such well presented. Once that's done, typically very few accountants will ask for the business there and then, which is the closing part, which is another key skill. But the other one is, what do you do once you leave the room? Most people will say, have a think of it and then get back to me. And it's that sort of what the people do in between the presentation and effectively converting that client and bringing them on board. That's where very little is done and undertaken, and that's where a lot of business is lost, because when one client is speaking to 2 different or 3 different accountants, the one who is more savvy and is following up more diligently with, again, a good proven process to do so and a good reasons to stay in check and with a good approach to it all, that is probably going to be the person who wins the business in the first place. And so influencing and closing rounded up with the 4 key skills that accountants can become better at. Now, the next thing here behind me is the thing that I've pointed out earlier, is an overview of the different communication styles, the behavioral styles that all of us have in a high degree, which means every person will have at least one style that we are quite dominant at. Sometimes we have two styles that we're dominant at, but very rarely, out of our extensive research for actually the past 5 odd years, very few people will have all 4 styles covered very well. Now in terms of commercial value to your firm, this is what it means to you. If you have one key skill or one key communication style that is yours, that you are very natural at, it means that you will easily relate to people who are in the same boat like you. Birds of the same feather flock or fly together, as we say. And in that sense, it is also the reason why people who have, for example, like many accountants, a high C or high blue communication style, it is the #1 reason why those people are effective 25% of the cases and less effective in 75%. So depending on the people that they get in touch with some of them they will take them through the entire decision-making cycle, and with some it will just go as far as the first meeting because the first point of contact was not favorable for you. So in that sense, it explains why we are only as effective in 25% of the cases. Now, sometimes we do have 2 styles that we're dominant at, and again, quite a few accountants that we have measured or assessed fit into the blue and the green as a combination, which means they cover 50% of the population. It also means that 50% of the population is not covered, and they will have a hard time converting. They will have a hard time relating to them effectively, making these people feel comfortable in their presence, and as a result, they will not pick up the work necessarily in the other 50%, unless they have found ways to be more effective with those people. Now, just to keep things moving, there's a few action points that I would like to share with you as a takeaway. 4 points. #1, it's very crucial to the entire firm that all of the accountants, the juniors all the way to the seniors, even the partners, complement their their technical skills or the compliance work with soft skills that allow them to convert and bring on more paid clients. The second one is, it's very helpful. We've found, for example, that some people, they take a bit more time, and they're not they understand it quickly, but they are not the ones who easily take it on and implement it and make it their own. And that's okay. There is solutions to that. And what it means really is that we highly recommend people in the accounting profession to take on a coach or a mentor to work more on a one-to-one basis, post-group training sessions, which is #1. So more on a one-to-one basis as well, to learn to apply and feel more confident and competent in doing these things, and improving and harnessing the strengths they've got and turning the weaknesses into strengths. This is #2. #3, it's important that we build our confidence, obviously, and open up our thinking. What may have worked before may not work anymore, and so it's important that we change our philosophies and we look at different models that work out there, and sometimes our best practices that are more cutting edge, that are more, let's say, new school, and that really work now well and better than anything else. Well, isn't it really then time for us to take it on? That's the point, which is #3. And last, we need to follow a proven business development process in order to help more clients to come on board, to help more ideal clients to give us their vote of trust, and most importantly, to become an industry leader. Yes, as an accountant, we are trusted advisors, but what if you also become the industry leader? This is again a way of new school marketing, a way to come out and reach out and develop your own brand within the brand of the company, within the umbrella that the firm offers you. We need to become that sort of leader that a lot of people recognize, and that allows you to save time and be more productive and more profitable as well. It would be a pleasure to work with you in the near future, and we'll look forward to speaking with you then. My name is Bram. Bye-bye.